Hey guys, Young back with some more naval action closed alpha. Today I have a open world non-disclosure agreement announcement as well as a neat story about USS Chesapeake. So to start off, the non-disclosure agreement announcement announced today. Um, if you have achieved the rank of junior lieutenant and are sailing anything a brig or larger in the open world, you are now exempt from the non-disclosure agreement and are free to post and stream as you like with the same stipulations as the sea trials um, before. If you have not reached those requirements, you are still under the non-disclosure agreement. So I need to do a lot of work in the open world, which I'm going to be getting back to very soon. So the other thing I wanted to tell you guys about today was the USS Chesapeake. Now this is just a really neat story, and I'm sure some of you know about it, but some of you may not. So I thought I'd just give you a little brief overview about the USS Chesapeake. Now I am sailing the Constitution under a British flag, and that kind of has something to do with the story. So you'll know where I'm coming from in a second. Now, the USS Chesapeake was one of the original 6 frigates requested in the 1794 American Naval Act. Another one of the 6 frigates requested was the Constitution that we're looking at here. Now, the Constitution that we're looking at was intended to be a 44-gun frigate, but as we know from the game, it has over 50 guns. So, they put a lot more guns than it was laid down and intended to have. The Chesapeake, on the other hand, was also intended to be a 44-gun frigate, but under its construction, due to material shortages, budgetary constraints, they redesigned it to be a 38-gun frigate. Now, they finished construction in 1799, and it was launched at Gosport Naval Yard. In the War of 1812, the beginning of the war, things were looking pretty good for the USS Chesapeake. It went out on a patrol, and it captured 5 British merchant vessels. But its successes weren't going to last. On June 1st, 1813, it was captured by HMS Shannon after leaving Boston Harbor. Now, some historians say that the captain of HMS Shannon taunted the captain of USS Chesapeake into coming out and having a one-on-one mano-a-mano duel to settle things. And HMS Shannon had a very well-trained crew and a gunnery crew that was very accurate and very used to the guns it was firing and the command structure of the captain of HMS Shannon. USS Chesapeake, on the other hand, there is some questions about the I guess the newness of the crew, them being a little green and going up against a very experienced British naval vessel. Now, the battle was really short and sweet for the British and not very sweet for the American sailors aboard USS Chesapeake. It was walloped and then captured and brought back to Britain as a war prize and served in the British Navy as HMS Chesapeake. So they kept the same name, and it served until 1820 when they decided to scrap it. Now they tore it down and they put up all the timber for sale, and a man named John Pryor went down to the Plymouth Naval Yards and he purchased all the timber from what was then HMS Shannon, formerly USS Shannon, for 500 pounds sterling in 1820. And what did he do with all this wood? Well, of course, he built a mill called the Chesapeake Mill in Wickham. And believe it or not, this mill was in operation until 1976. And it's still standing. And it's no longer a mill, but it's an antique shop or store. So you can still go there and I guess buy some antiques if you wanted, but you can look up at the ceiling and it will definitely look like the planks of a American frigate built in, requested in 1794 and finished in 1799. So I mean, pretty neat story. So, just to kind of go with that theme, we've got what we'll call HMS Shannon, and we are sailing it away from some French vessels chasing us. So we're on our merry way to England. We got a long way to go, and I got to get back to the open world and start grinding my rank and my ships so I can start getting some footage out of the open world. We'll see you guys next time with some more naval action closed alpha.